Imagine standing in a place where the air itself feels like a frigid knife against your skin. Every breath you take turns into a cloud of vapor, and the ground beneath your feet is a solid sheet of ice. Now, flip that picture, and instead, visualize a landscape so inhospitable that the ground bursts into flames, and the air is thick with the smell of sulfur. Can you feel the stark contrast? The coldest and hottest places on Earth are not just extreme weather points, they reveal a world that sparks our imagination and challenges our understanding of life on our planet. Stay with us, because what we uncover goes beyond numbers on a thermometer. It's a deep dive into places that push the boundaries of survival and resilience. At the heart of Earth's temperature extremes lies Antarctica, known as one of the coldest places on the planet. In fact, the coldest temperature ever recorded on Earth was a bone-chilling -128.6 degrees Fahrenheit, logged at the Soviet Union's Vostok station in July 1983. Just envision that for a moment, almost 100 degrees below freezing. But Antarctica is more than just a frozen desert, it's a land of mysteries, where life has adapted to seemingly unbearable conditions. You might be wondering, how can anything survive such inhospitable temperatures? The Antarctic ice sheets, vast and imposing, are home to resilient organisms like tardigrades, tiny microscopic creatures that can withstand extreme conditions. Their ability to survive freezing temperatures and dehydration makes them a marvel of nature, thriving when all seems lost. But wait, while we're shivering in the depths of Antarctica, let's journey to the opposite spectrum. What if I told you that in the heart of the Sahara Desert, the highest temperature ever recorded hit a blistering 134 degrees Fahrenheit in Furnace Creek, Death Valley, California, on July 10, 1913? The brutal sun scorches the ground there, where temperatures soar into the hundreds, creating a shimmering mirage in the distance. How do creatures survive in such heat? From the exquisitely designed fennec fox with its large ears dissipating heat to desert tortoises that can slow their metabolism to conserve water, life adapts in shocking ways. Now, let's dive deeper. Have you ever heard about the Dome Argus in Antarctica? This unique location stands at the highest point on the icy continent and is considered one of the coldest spots on Earth. Its elevation of over 4,000 meters above sea level makes it an extreme desert, receiving very little precipitation and beating back the sun's rays with harsh winds. The weather can drop below -80 degrees Fahrenheit, and yet, scientists have found remarkable opportunities to study the universe from this location due to the clarity of the sky. Imagine a place so desolate, yet it's a beacon for astronomers. And as we look westward to the hot expanse of Death Valley, surprising treasures lie beneath its parched surface. Take a moment to ponder the concept of life in such an environment. While you might envision a barren wasteland, the valley thrives with life. Among the cacti and desert shrubs, there's a thriving population of killer bees and roadrunners, darting across the scorching sand in a fight for survival. What makes them resilient? Adaptation isn't just a word, it's a blueprint for living here. Speaking of unusual environments, let's explore the region of the Danakil Depression in Ethiopia, known as one of the hottest places on Earth. Temperatures can soar above 120 degrees Fahrenheit regularly, yet the stunning colors of sulfur springs and otherworldly landscapes attract scientists and adventurers alike. But why would anyone visit such an extreme environment? Here's a thought: it's a living laboratory, showcasing the limits of temperature where extremophiles, microorganisms that thrive in extreme heat, give us insights into potential life forms on other planets. Understanding these organisms could provide answers to fundamental questions about life in the universe. But it isn't just about desolation. Let's examine the cultural aspects that arise from these extreme climates. The indigenous people of the Antarctic Peninsula, the Yagan people, for instance, have adapted their livelihood by pushing the boundaries of what it means to live in such an extreme environment. Their use of traditional knowledge to withstand the icy winds and frigid waters provides insight into human resilience. How does culture emerge in these stark climates? The answer reveals a bond between nature and identity, highlighting our ability to thrive against formidable odds. In juxtaposition, consider how the peoples of the Sahara have evolved alongside their unforgiving landscape. The Tuareg, a nomadic tribe, have learned to traverse the vastness of sandy dunes, creating homes and culture amid what many see as nothingness. The adaptation techniques they utilize are astonishing. From the construction of tents that reflect heat to the intricate water conservation methods, you witness human genius shaped by necessity. Isn't it inspiring how life molds around our environments, no matter how harsh? Now, let's shift our attention to a stark contrast, the North Pole. You might think of icebergs and polar bears when visualizing the Arctic, but did you know it is also a warrior against the relentless melting of ice due to climate change? The North Pole might be positioned close to freezing, and yet it houses extraordinary phenomena such as the Northern Lights, a breathtaking display of natural beauty akin to dancing spirits in the sky. This ignites our imagination and reminds us of the raw power of nature. What happens when scientists study this change? Insights gathered from the fluctuating temperatures give us hints about the global climate crisis and our planet's future. As we traverse back to the Sahara, notable changes are also taking place. The once vibrant Nile River, the lifeblood of northern African cultures, faces significant strain as climate shifts threaten its flow, leading to landscape changes for peoples who have relied on its resources for millennia. Our world is a tapestry stitched together by climate, culture, and resilience. The alarming climate shifts raise questions about the sustainability of life across the globe. Are we ready to face the implications of these environmental transformations? Now, if you thought that such extremes couldn't get any wilder, let's peek at another contender on the planet's heat map, the Lut Desert in Iran. Satellite imagery has recorded ground temperatures reaching 159.3 degrees Fahrenheit, making it one of the hottest spots on Earth. The desert's landscape, with its vast, jagged, surreal formations, looks like another planet. It gives you pause to think, how does one even begin to measure temperature in such inhospitable locales? The technology we integrate, from thermal sensors to satellite data, showcases humankind's ability to adapt, even in the harshest conditions. But it's not merely a battle of extremes. These places tell stories of survival, both of nature and humanity. Let's layer in the threat facing these environments. Rising temperatures aren't merely statistics, they echo the urgency of climate change affecting us all. As temperatures rise in typically cold regions like Siberia, we see the unnerving thawing of permafrost, impacting ecosystems and releasing greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. Have you ever considered what those effects might mean for your everyday life miles away? The stories woven together in these climates remind us of an essential truth: the natural world is more interconnected than we realize. The extreme conditions at the poles impact weather patterns worldwide. What happens in the Sahara has ripple effects through global commerce and trade. How often do we overlook these connections? Understanding them is crucial because it helps us take actionable steps to address climate issues. And before we conclude, let's return to the majestic beauty of Antarctica. Did you know there's a thriving community of scientists and researchers in the Antarctic region, often spending months or even years studying its ice cores? These cores contain clues about our planet's history, revealing temperature variations over millennia. With every drill into these ancient formations, insights about historical climate fluctuations arise, propelling our understanding of long-term patterns that we critically need to address in our modern age. As we wrap up our exploration into the coldest and hottest places on Earth, let's bring it full circle. We began with striking imagery, the biting cold of Antarctica and the relentless heat of Death Valley. We uncovered the incredible adaptations of life in these extremes and illuminated the shared human experience that drives innovation and survival. Now that you've journeyed through these revelations, what comes next will leave you speechless: the realization that the fate of these environments hinges on our choices tomorrow. These extreme locales teach us more than resilience and survival. They challenge us to reflect on our relationship with nature. The coldest ice and hottest sand call for a renewed commitment to stewardship of our planet. So, I urge you to look beyond the extremes. Consider the interconnectedness of our world, one thread of which leads from your neighborhood to the dust of the Sahara and the ice in Antarctica. The question begs to be asked, can we rise to the challenge and protect the beautiful tapestry that is our Earth? As you ponder these extremes and the fate of our planet, remember each temperature reading is a chapter in a larger story. A story that touches every living organism. It's now up to us, our curiosity, our resilience, our actions, to ensure that this tale continues to unfold, steeped in wonder and respect for the world we inhabit.